So this is a part two of the training video. First, we have learned how to load a file, how to do OCR, how to rename it, how to patch a file, how to scale a file, and bookmark it. Getting to the second one. Okay, so now it's more toward how to do the markings. Okay, so the marking tools, um, it would be here. That's the first area, and then it would be over here. Okay, if it's not here, you can bring it here as well. Um, First thing, okay, so I'll tell you all the main option that we generally use and how to properly assign them. Okay, so this is for length, this is for count, that's for area, that's for polygon. Starting with the count. The count is the most simplest one. If you want to count anything, it can be signage, it can be anything, bollards, posts. So what you need to do is, for example, you want to count the columns, just simply go count and count those items. Okay. So what now, whenever you select it, there are multiple options that you can select. How you want it to be tick, box, just whatever you want it to be. Can be changing the box, can be tick. Here are the colors. Okay. You can scale it. Scale, you can make it bigger. Okay. Then it doesn't matter if count, you just a count. Okay, and then what do you want to show with it? Do you want to show anything written with it? Show caption, you can show the label, area height, whatever you assign it. How to assign it? It's here. So whatever you mark will appear here. So these are the count. You just need to select it and you'll see where it is. There are three count. So there's a subject, label, and then there's some other option. You can rearrange this simply by moving it around to it however you want it to be. And here you can select or deselect. There would be more options here. You can deselect all the things that you don't want to be there. Like I don't want any comment, I don't want any page index. If you want, you can just simply click it and you will get the page index here as well. So this is a page index. Okay, so just rearrange it however you want it to be, or you can use whatever I'm using. Okay, so you can you can give it a subject. So it can be column. Okay, and then label. I feel these both are pretty similar thing. I just name it as per the subject, whatever the subject is. But you can name differently. For example, that's a column. You can have different columns. For this three one, this can be, for example, I can say C 12 plus 20. Okay. So and then there are more columns. You can select different type of columns, and you can give them name column again, and you can give it C 12 plus 20. Or maybe it's something else, 12 plus 30. So, okay, so all will appear in this one column, and you can see it labeled. So you open it and you can see what are the different counts you have done. You can arrange this by any of this way. So if I want to arrange everything by the label, simply click label. Now it will arrange everything with the labels. Okay, so all of them don't have any label, so it's arranging them all in one. And this one, there are the labels, what's arranging with the labels. Arrange it by subject, label, by author. So that's me. This one, all by someone else. Because someone else put it on 2024. You can see the dates here. So you know. Okay. So I think let's go through all other options over here as well. Okay. So this is an arrow key. You can use to select it anything or click anything. This is to move page. I always use this. Then this one is to select a text. You want to select any text, you can use this. This is to zoom in, but you can zoom in just by mouse scroll, no need. This will take you all the way to the first sheet of the drawing. This will take you to the previous sheet. This will take you to the next sheet. And this option is also very important. So for example, if I open this detail and I want to go back to what I have seen last time, one way is going back and search which page it was. Other is this. This will take you to the previous view. So you can go as much back as you have done, or you can go forward as well. So for example, I want to see this detail. One. Now I have to go back and just see crossway what the detail was. What I will do is I'll open the spreadsheet. I don't think it's working spreadsheet. Go back to the sheet. Here you need to open the spreadsheet. And you can go to that sheet and you can see it sideline. So this one is there just to go back to the previous view, whatever you have seen. Okay, that's also helpful. So you go to the different details, different sheet, and here you can see how the batch option is working. If there would be no batch option, what you have to do is you have to go and search for the page number 541. That's a hectic one. Nobody likes to do that. Okay, that's a simpler way of doing it. Okay, so we were discussing marking. There are more markings other than that. Then there's the length. That's there to simply select the length of anything. For example, I just want to check what's the length. Okay, so you can see the length. Now there are all the options. You can select some options from here, or the more options are in this. So the precision, it's 1 byte that can be used. It's not need to go that high. Okay. So first thing, second thing is whenever you're using it first time, everything is in meters. So what you need to do from meters, you have to go feet inches. If you're doing an American system, if you are working on UK system or somewhere else, it depends whatever the units are. In US, it's feet. Everything should be in square feet, square cubic feet. Okay, so it will convert into feet. You can use it to both meters as well. It will give you how much meter it is. 4.416 meter. Feet inches is the best for us. So then you can have more option here. You can make this line dotted, dash, whatever you want it to be. Okay, so this PPT is this. You can increase it 2 times, 4 times. So that will increase the depth. Okay, so if you want to put any arrows at the end that I have, you can put that. You can increase its size on the other side. Okay, so units, you can select the unit from here or from here as well. Okay, what you need to do is whenever you have selected it, you need to go and set it as default. What it will do is whenever you reuse this option, this markup, it will use the same setting. It will give you in the feet. I have seen people using meter and every time going and changing every single dimension. That's just a hustle. No need to do that. Set as default. So now whenever you use it again, it will go to the same setting. Okay, for your ease, let me change it for a while and see how does it go. Okay, so I want to do it in meters. First, I will do it in meters. And I like any other color more than this. I'll put that in green. Okay, this arrow can be changed. Okay, this is different type of names. This is the text size. You can make it 20. It will make it bigger. Okay. Style, bold, whatever you want it to be. For example, you want everything to be bold and set that as default. So now whenever you use this option again, it will use the same setting. See, so you have set that set as a default. I don't want this to be my default. Okay. I don't need to do here. I can get back to what I United frequencies should be red and set as default. This applies for all of them. Okay, now this is just for measuring the dimension. Okay, whenever you are measuring something more, for example, a railing. Okay, what I have seen people doing is they select this one, then first they select it here, then they select it from here to here, then here to here, and then they are manually adding it manually or going down here um, and then just adding it from here. So these are the 3, 5 plus 8 plus 17. This one length is not for measuring any parameters or anything. So this one, you need to use this one too. That's polyline, I think. Polyline. Okay. So it's something that's not straight. And how to end any markup, you need to double click at the end. And if you're doing any markup and you have marked at any wrong place, use backspace, so it will go back. Okay, and here you can go back and sorry. Okay, and you can rename it over here. So it's a length, and you can give it whatever it is, railing, guardrail, whatever you call it. Okay, and similarly, it has all that setting. First, it will give you in the meter by default. Bluebeam is in meter. Just need to go and change the units, make it feet inch, square feet, and you can change all other options, and then you can set it as a default. And now, whenever you use it again, it will use the same setting. So what we need most is count, this polyline, and then the area. So for example, you want to measure the area of the glass. Okay, if the area is not a box, then you can click one by one, and you can select it. But this is box, so the easier way of marking boxes, just keep pressing the left key and move it. Don't pick your finger from the key. Okay, and that will mark your scale. If you just click it, you can mark any area. And if you want to mark a box, you can use this. Just keep the mouse key pressed. Okay, similarly for here, the unit would be in square meter. You need to change the unit. Then these are all other options. Fill, you want it to be fill or no fill. No fill would be like this, but it's hard to see where the area is marked. So I prefer using the fill option, and fill would be whatever you want to. It be 25 to make it 50. It will be fill will be more. Okay, and then I personally use this hatch option. I just like it. There's no other reason, but I use this dot hatch in it. And then all things are same. Whatever you like, you just go and set as default. Okay, and then you can go here and rename it. Select it, and you'll get this area. All these areas you have marked, and you can simply rename them. If you want to rename more, just select all of them by shift. Go to the property. For you, the property would be here. I have moved it here. The option, open the property option. Sorry. And you can name this, change the subject from here. So it will rename all of them. Okay. So you have renamed them all. But still, that's not the most easy way of doing it. I will tell you the other way. And I haven't seen much people using it. That's how it should be, the new way I'm telling you. Okay, just removing all of it. Okay, so that's the tool chest option. We have it here. That's almost a game changer. Okay, so there would be some existing tool chest over here. You can use them or you can have more. So how to create a new chest, tool chest, manage tool chest, add, you can name it anything you want. Okay, it will take you to the default area where tool chests are safe. Just make it safe and okay, and make it detailed. Okay, what you need to do now is wherever you have item marked, take it to the tool chest. Whatever tool chest you want it to be at, I'll make it this. Okay. That one item will be. What next you need to do is make it property name. And you can name it whatever you want it to be. That's short phrase. So now whenever you mark anything using this, it will add that as a name of guardrail. So you don't need to rename them again going in this and selecting the subject and there are a lot of items. It's hard, it's tough to do. What I have done and what I recommend is I have different items marked. So I have counts different, I have different areas and different lengths. So whenever I'm doing a new project, anything new appears. For example, let's go to any detail. For example, this is a stair. Okay, so I want to get this guardrail done. I will rename any of the length because now I'm going to use the length area. So I can say it's steel guardrail. And I can mark it. And now I don't need to go and rename it again, anything. So whatever you have, just make this kind of tool just once where you have areas, length, poly length, areas and counts, different numbers of area length. You can move it up and down. So for example, I want to count the stringers threads. Rename it and I will count the threads. Okay, so and if you want to, for example, I want to get the area of the glass for cartridge. I can simply select the area. Okay, so here you will get everything as per the rename. So you don't need to go and rename everything manually. It makes things easier. And on other sheets, for example, if it's on some other sheet as well, you can again use the same thing. If it's the same item, and you can mark that, and it will add up all this. So this makes thing much easier when you are doing a big job. There's a lot of items. You can add more toolchairs, or you can just simply duplicate them and rename them. Duplicate, and now you can if you have something else. For example, that's a roof thing, anything. So you need to create this kind of toolchairs once, and for every project, just rename the existing count, and it will give you the you don't need to rename them again. So it will help you marking the same items if that's on a different sheets, and you don't need to go for the hustle of renaming everything. Okay, so that's the marking and the tool chest. These two things are important. Something that you do the most as an estimator. The most thing you need to do is marking. So this will help you to mark that these are default, and in the summary you have all the items that you have done taking on. Okay, so that's the end of the part 2. So let's meet in the next part. Thank you.